The Housing Trust of Rutland County serves the greater Rutland County community. At this time, we have over 370 units of housing that's affordable to lower or moderate income people. We serve the communities of Brandon, Rutland City, West Rutland, Castleton, Fairhaven, Poultney, and Benson. Housing that is affordable is really important to all of our communities. When you have a place to call home, that you don't have to worry about where you're going to be sleeping tomorrow night, or you don't have to worry about when that eviction notice is going to come, or the foreclosure notice, you can focus on what you need to do the next day, what's going on at work, what your homework is, what your family member needs, who you're providing care for. If you don't have a place to live, or you have housing insecurity, then while those things are important, quite frankly, they're not as urgent and they don't get the attention that it needs. So having a place for everybody in our community to live that's safe and affordable for them benefits all of us. I'd like to feature today the Apple Tree Apartments out in Fairhaven, Vermont. Apple Tree Apartments was built in 1980 and has provided housing to 40 households, seniors and families, since that time. It was managed by an out-of-state landlord for almost 40 years. And unfortunately, the buildings were in significant disrepair and it was desperate for good property management. In January of 2019, the Housing Trust purchased Apple Tree Apartments. We were able to secure over $9 million to be able to purchase and renovate the property. We specifically want to work with local contractors who live in the area, who have connections to the community, who understand that what we're doing here is building and sustaining and deepening a sense of community. Naylor and Breen Builders and many local subcontractors have spent 18 months fully renovating all of the apartments inside and out, as well as the almost 10-acre grounds. The construction cost alone is almost $6 million. Apple Tree Apartments was occupied when we purchased it, and we needed to go through a relocation process. Everybody had to move out of their homes at least once, and many had to wait many months to be able to get into their new home. They were living on a construction site for many months. And while that can be irritating and aggravating, noisy and frustrating, it's also pretty darn cool to have something live going on right outside your bedroom or kitchen window. One of the best parts of my job over the many years has been watching community build and develop throughout the course of a construction project. It has been such a joy to watch the residents who live here, the new folks who have moved in while the contractor is still here, and the folks that have been here the entire time build new community. Usually when I'm out here, I see 4 or 5 different groups of people sitting around, hanging out, chatting, wishing each other well, wishing the contractor well when they walk by. And it's just so amazing to see how relaxed people are, comfortable, how safe they feel, how confident they are, and how sure they are that if they have a concern and they bring it up, they're going to get a good answer. One of the beauties of this development is that it serves so many different needs. We have folks who have lived here for decades, who are aging in place, and with our SASH program, providing supports and services at home, are able to stay here independently much longer than they might otherwise have been able to.
I've been here 2 years, last October 1 to the day. I think my favorite thing is having an apartment that I'm by myself. Have an excellent next door neighbor, no problems. We get along beautifully, but we respect each other's privacy as well. And I think that's one of the big things that I appreciate. I didn't find that before Housing Trust took over. I found that, I don't know, it was just different than it is now. It's just, to me, a very pleasant place to live. I love my backyard. I love the fact that I could have what I call my pot garden. And people laugh every time I say that, but I grew vegetables in very large flower pots this year, and I kept myself supplied with tomatoes and cucumbers all summer long. So it's that type, and peppers, I forgot that. It's that type of a thing that makes this home. I had heard about SASH through connections with the Poultney Young at Heart, but I didn't have any idea what SASH was. And one of my neighbors here, I was a little wound out about some of the paperwork that I had to do. Next thing I knew, Rebecca come walking by, and she says, "I'm from SASH. Do you need any help?" Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Recently with COVID, I've been making a lot of phone calls. So I'm able to call and check in with people who are on SASH and see if they need any supports or services. Anything from maybe food or a simple phone number. Maybe it's just that they want a quick visit, or they just feel like they need to talk to someone because their families have kind of been separated from them due to not being around for COVID.
You know, there are instances in everybody's life where you meet somebody and all of a sudden there's that instant connection. And I think that's happened with Rebecca and myself. That's the way I feel. I'm very comfortable with her. I can talk the way I want to talk. Let's put it that way. She understands. And she understands sometimes I have tears. She understands the frustration that sometimes comes along with, I say age, because I think a lot of it is age. That means a lot to me. I'm not a youngster anymore. And through the years, I've just handled every situation. And all of a sudden, I'm finding that I don't want to do that anymore. I want some help.
That's what I'm here for.
We've been able to house families who have been able to work and play, live and learn, and been able to do that successfully because they have safe and secure housing that's affordable to them.
Oh, I've been here since Shelby was 5. Me and Shelby moved in here. There's, I don't know, been a lot of, I've seen a lot, heard a lot. I mean, I'm glad the Housing Trust has taken over, hoping for the changes for the good, which they have already. The buildings look great. Shelby has lived with me with her 2 kids, and I have 2 other kids, Harley and Ty, and my soon-to-be ex-husband, who now has his own place up here, and Shelby has her own place. Thank God they worked with us, all of us. They've been fantastic. If you needed anything, they helped out. If you had any problems, they looked into it right away. My son loves sports, very athletic. It would be really great if they put a basketball hoop in, so they did. It was great that they put one in. He loves it. And now his friends want to come down and play all the time with him, which I'd rather them be here where I can watch them and they're not traveling the road. It's really just awesome.
Now, I was living with my mom when the Housing Trust took over with both of my little boys, brother, sister, mom, and my father. House full enough, very crowded, and then I got moved into my own unit. It's been nice for me and my kids to have our own unit, just being able to have our own space. Yes, me and my mom might be a little too close still, but it's nice because I have the help when I need it. So it's been a wonderful time.
What Shelby didn't tell you in her interview is that she's thinking about going back to college, and she's trying to figure out what she wants to do. When she sat here and did her interview, looked at the cameras, and got a chance to talk to our videographer, she decided that, geez, maybe this is something new she had never considered. We had a fantastic conversation about what it takes, and sometimes just getting started is all that matters. So I hope for Shelby's sake and all the other folks living out here, regardless of their age, that whatever comes next for them, they're able to focus on, because they have safe and secure housing, and they have responsible property management, and they know that their landlord cares.
I'm Mary Cohen. I'm the incoming Executive Director of the Housing Trust of Rutland County. The Housing Trust of Rutland County has a 30-year history of bringing safe, affordable, and healthy homes to many residents throughout Rutland County. We appreciate the support and the trust that the communities have given us, and we want to acknowledge the many partners that help us make our work successful. The future is looking bright. We're proud of the work that has been done so far, and we look forward to building on the successes that we have.